Hello, you wonderful people. So for today's video, obviously we just had a winter finale for A Million Little Things, and so I just wanted to make kind of a thoughts and theories about what we might end up finding out when the show returns. I know this typically isn't what I usually do with thoughts and theories, but I like the show and I was just like, oh, I might as well do it because I think it'd be fun and interesting. Also, if you're not completely caught up with A Million Little Things, don't watch this video because I'm gonna be going into spoilers. So my big thoughts and theories going forward is, well, what is John's big secret? The whole situation is, well, now you see like Delilah is owing like a crap ton of money, like the house is being taken from them and stuff like that. So at first I was like, okay, so John must have like embezzled like a whole bunch of money or something like that. But now I'm leaning more towards the thought of like his entire business was probably a Ponzi scheme or something like that. Because he had told Ashley, because obviously we learned that him and Ashley were having an affair, which I was like, okay, so I kind of had a feeling the entire time I was leading up to that, but it ends up being much more than that. Which I figured it had to be, because I felt like everything Ashley was doing, because it seemed like it was self-preservation in a sense. Like I thought like all the files and stuff that she was hiding from everybody else, I was like, okay, so like she wants her cut. Like obviously there's something for everybody but her, and I thought, that's why she was looking for that lady. I can't think of her name right now, but I was like, oh, she's trying to find out if that lady was getting a cut or whatever, because that's what first I was thinking, like, okay, so Ashley was the one that was up to something shady, but it's like, no, John 100% was, which makes that whole situation, well, it sets a lot of stuff up. For one, this is way beyond just having an affair, because if it wasn't that big of a deal, why would Ashley hide like her and John having this affair, especially now that like Eddie and Delilah's affair is like out amongst everyone except for the kids. So it's not just that, there's more to it. Obviously, like Ashley must have been in on the scheme of like, well, I mean, that's what it comes down to. Like, did she know everything going forward, like after like they started having their affair? Because he was like, oh, I'm not the person everyone thinks I am. Like she probably might have been under the impression that we're going to take this money and we're going to bounce type of situation, and then John killed himself because he just felt so terrible about what he was doing. Because John had this portrayal of being like, oh, this great guy who had the answers to everything, like everything seemed like it was good, but he was hiding this dark aspect about himself. Maybe we're going to cut back to him before he even met Delilah to kind of see how John got to where he is. Because it's so interesting, because John, even though he's the forefront of the story, has always been in the background, and now I feel like now the story is going to shift where we get him in the foreground being like, oh yeah, this is who I am and why I did the terrible things I did. Like, because I'm sure everything that Ashley got is probably a confession about everything, because the thing is, it's not like it's like, oh, this is some insurance policy type of situation, because that doesn't get covered by suicide and stuff like that. So it does seem like everything he did was for selfish reasons, but to be fair, we don't know what all he left for Delilah that Ashley is hiding. Which, this is going to be a big shock to everyone, but more so Gary, because Gary is the one that's always been like, John's been there for me, because he's the one that like caused like the big blowout about Eddie and Delilah's affair and everything like that. So finding out that John wasn't the guy they thought that all of them thought he was, that's going to change everything about the group, because he was kind of the foundation that brought them together and held them together. And now they're up here feeling sorry about him, sorry that he's gone and everything, which they should, because he's still a friend, no matter how much of a dick thing he potentially did. Like, once again, we don't know the entire story, but it's just going to shake the foundation of everything that they built their friendship on, Now, I'm not just talking about Gary, I'm talking about everyone, the entire group. Because that in itself is why I think Ashley didn't say anything, because this is probably the closest thing that she has to a family, and she knows if she drops this bomb about everything, she's gonna, because we already saw like that moment when she had in her head showed Delilah the files, like had told her, like tried to explain herself, like Delilah blew up at her, but so Ashley didn't want to take that chance because she loves this group. They're, like I said, they're the closest thing to a family she probably has. Obviously, she knew this was coming, but she didn't say anything because it would admit admitting a lot of stuff she didn't want to admit. And once again, these are just like thoughts and theories I had that were just kind of rummaging through my head after seeing the episode. We will just have to wait and see like whether my thoughts are correct, when the show returns. But really, that's all I want to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.